Welcome back to the Purple Empire Summons. Whether you're an artist looking for top-tier engineering or just someone who appreciates quality sound, Ray is the guy you want in your corner. Known for his impeccable workflow, industry knowledge, and straight-up good vibes in the studio, Ray has built a reputation for delivering clean, professional, and modern recordings that brings an artist's vision to life. No rushing, no cutting corners, just pure quality and a real passion for the craft. How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing, man? Feeling good.
You doing good, all right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Have you been enjoying this spring weather so far? It's back.
When I can get outside, man, I'm usually on the late night type of stuff. This is my morning for real.
Okay, right. Where's your studio located?
So we just moved from the south side of Charlotte off of East Hebron to the north side off of Reagan Drive. Um, so we literally just moved in there today.
Oh, very good. Is the pollen kind of high over there kind of right now? Because you know it's spring.
Yeah, it's unreasonable. Like we were getting stuff everywhere, like when we were moving. I mean, you can kick the ball around. It's insane.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I want to go into your production work. I want to see what was the catalyst for you to say, I want to go into production. Tell us the story.
So I was a senior in high school in 2020 when lockdowns and everything went down. So it was just kind of like a random Friday. It was actually literally I remember the date, Friday the 13th, in March. And this when they just, they said, oh, you're gonna be out for a couple weeks. So then a couple weeks turned to a couple months, and a couple months where yeah, you're not going back. So once I had kind of got in my head like we're not coming back, I was just like, I want to get started on the thing I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to do music since I was a kid, and when I knew that like I have no choice other than just to lock in and there's nothing but time to do it, I just went all in.
Well, that's kind of difficult because, there's no guarantee when it comes to that type of work. And the fact that you were like, you know what, I'm going to put myself aside and follow my passion to do my passion, work as hard as I play, that's really inspirational. Speaking of inspirations, who is your biggest inspiration?
When it comes to like production, I could definitely say Metro Boomin for sure is like the one who like I remember just growing up watching all the videos, listening to the beats, and like this was like not every song had like an instrumental available on YouTube, so I would just be like listening to like the end of a song and hearing the beat go like so it fades out or something, and just like really studying that.
Yeah, studying bigger people who all already made it is very important. And speaking of, bigger people, celebrities, have you worked with any celebrities yet?
Not in engineering and production, surprisingly, but in marketing and like event putting together and stuff like that. I've like put together events for Jacquees, Duke Deuce, Cassidy, just to name a few of them. But yeah, I've worked with a lot of like more well-known artists too. But yeah, no, I mean the time will come for all that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've already seen your studio, looked into your work, and I know that's coming real soon. What is your biggest takeaway when going into this type of work?
I would say. I'm just happy that I'm like able to do what I love to do, for a living and actually like help people in some way. Like I kind of feel like a therapist in a way when it comes to what I do. I know like when people come to me to record their music, like they are really spilling their heart out to me and really like giving me their energy, their true thoughts, feeling, and emotions. And I come at them in a way where I don't judge them and I help them put that thing in their mind to life. So just to be able to do that for people, like I genuinely believe that I'm helping people.
Right. That's honestly that's very good. Who was the person that helped you along the way, or was it just Ray?
Now I'm stacked over at Wine and Recording Studios in Columbia, South Carolina. really is the one that I think like really put the true Barry in my back. Like he really mentored me, through not even just owning a recording studio, but just like engineering, production, just helping me find that thing within myself that, I didn't know how to put out. I didn't have the people around me that, understood it to be able to help me put that out. So he really just like pulled that out of me. I mean, even when like just for, finding stuff making songs, like he would help me write it. So like he helped me figure out how to even write songs. He helped me like really like beforehand I had beats, but then after him, like he put like told me the sauce to him, you know what I mean? And helped me figure out how to find my own sauce. And business wise, helping me, learn how to conduct business and handle this type of stuff you have to handle owning a recording studio. And, he helped me figure out my love for putting together events and I mean, just all types of stuff that he mentored me through. So yeah, shout out Stacks, Wino Recording Studios in Columbia, South Carolina.
Right. And I really hope we get to interview them one day. They always say it's not always what you know, it's who you know. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And then he goes crazy with the content too. And that was another thing that like beforehand, I might, put out like a couple like Instagram posts of like a fit or, some like beats playing, but like he showed me how to really like make content for real and like put myself out there. Like I was shy, find that confidence within myself. Like, yeah, he's the one.
Right. That's awesome. Your prices are honestly very reasonable. Like I checked your page and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to start coming down to Charlotte and start getting my stuff recorded. I mean, seriously, why do you think being able to give out affordable prices is important in this type of work?
Well, I understand that not everybody, is able to dish out a lot of money. Like a lot of people don't know that if this is something they want to do, or I even have people who, it's not like they take music serious or anything. They just have it in them to want to make a song, or they want to make a song for their friends, or just see what they like, figuring themselves out. Um, and for me, it's like I love what I do, so I don't mind putting in the work to get it done, and neither do, my people. So even with just getting a new location and even having to, bring them up a little bit, it's still affordable, and reasonable, especially due to the fact that however long it takes you to make a song is more so based off of how long it takes you. We got the
Mhm.
fastest equipment. We're fast at what we do. We're going to make sure that it all gets put together, correctly and efficiently. So, I mean, it really just depends on you is how long it's going to take you. Some people want to come in there and hang out and, just kind of take their mind off of real life and things they got going on. And, some people want to really, really work and lock in and create an illness. Whatever your purpose is, it's more than welcome.
I also want to touch on that a little bit because there's some producers out here who they say they love what they do, but they're really in it for the money. And I understand, like I said, this business isn't guaranteed, like business can be up for a month and then business could be down for a month. So I understand that, but it's touching to hear like a producer saying like, yeah, like this is my passion, this is what I want to do. And money isn't just the primary focus.
Exactly. Like I've always heard, like if you work for money and you think about money just like all the time of everything you do, you're really gonna hold yourself back because it's like I think it was, I've heard many billionaires say that they've never worked for money. It's always just they think big and let it come to them. Like I've been blessed to be able to make a living off of this. I've been blessed with the fact that the numbers, go up. Yeah, I've been blessed for that. But at the end of the day, it's like I'm just as happy doing it as I was when I was making $20 an hour, $15 an hour recording, free recording. Like I'm just as happy as I was then. And especially now that my skills are even more polished and I'm able to like really put out what's in my head. So instead of only doing the artist ideas, I get to throw my own twists and ideas to it and people can hear it and go, yeah, this is Rizzy, this was done at Ray Recordings. You know what I mean? Like they
Right.
know who it is just from hearing it. And I'm blessed to have been able to be in that position. Like I've had people come through before and they've been like, hey, so Do you think you could do this and that? And I'll do it and they'll go, wow, like the last engineer I had, last producer I had, he said it was impossible. I'm like, no, nothing's impossible. If you have an idea, if you've heard something for another song, whatever it is, we can make it happen.
Right. I'm actually kind of glad you touched on going like that artist and producer stuff because I was actually about to go on that next. Like, what should the relationship what should the relationship be between an artist and a producer?
I think the biggest thing is just understanding each other. Understanding not even just like what each other want. Actually, that's the biggest thing. Understanding what each other wants. Like, so an artist might hear something in a song I might not pick up immediately. And even though they don't know the technical terminology and, stuff like that, they don't need to. They can just describe it to me like, yo, my voice sounds a little squeaky. I just immediately know, okay, I know exactly what they want, exactly what they need. And then having worked with them, you almost get a sense of them so well to the point to where it's like, oh, I know exactly what you want. I know exactly how you like things to be done. Yeah, I probably already have a preset ready for you that I know you are gonna like immediately. And I hear something I'm like, wait a minute, let's see what you think about this. So it's just understanding each other and even just having discussions outside of music and activities outside of music. Like it doesn't all have to be music, it doesn't all have to be work. But then just from that, like that's a true producer because you're really helping them like putting together what they what they like and helping the magic be created. Like there's magic in studio, there's magic in like not like literal, but it's like the way things happen. It's like, whoa, this is like things can be done by accident. Like I remember I had my artist Andre Olson, he's a singer and we were mixing one of his songs, and it's like, damn, it's just something up with his voice that sounds so boxy. I don't get it. And I'm looking for one plugin, I accidentally click another, and immediately it's like, yo, now his voice sounds amazing. Now it's on all his songs, like it sounds so clear. So it's just things like that, like when you're locked in with your artist, you're able to like help them, put together in a certain way. And then of course, understand helping each other out in the business wise too. And an artist gets paid, with sponsorships, shows, merch, things like that. The engineer producer gets paid probably like by the hour or upfront or just stuff like that. So understanding as an engineer, right? As a producer, really, I might see an opportunity just scrolling through my phone, or I know a promoter, or I know something like that. And I'll slide it to the artist, even if there's nothing in it for me, or just things like that to like help the artist out. Because it's like, yo, I just spotted something for you, or I just sent your song to so and so, and they liked it, and then they send it so and so. So this is things like that. So and so heard your song and they want to do this and that. Like I really try to actually push these records because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like you put your heart and soul into it. You pay me and help me, support me and what I got going on. So I'm gonna try to do the same for you.
Right. And I'm actually kind of glad that you talked about that too because I feel like when you're going into music, right? We're at the end of the day, this is all hearing. It's not I mean, of course there's some times where it's visual when it comes to like music videos, but for I'm glad that as a producer you don't expect artists to know all the technical terms. Cause let's be for real, when you try to do that type of stuff, that just takes the fun out of music.
Yeah, of course. I
Like,
mean, it varies.
wait, keep going.
It varies. I mean, you know, that is my fun in music. You know what I'm saying? But I could understand how like an artist like trying to explain to them like parallel compression. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Some of them do want to know. Some of them be like, oh yeah, well, what is that? Like, just to know. And like, some of them like enjoy learning that. But I mean, it varies. It just depends on, you and what you like.
Well, let me rephrase. Not saying that there's no fun in it, but I feel like when you come into a studio and a producer expects you to have a degree in music, knowing what, don't even get me started. Like that's hard. You know what I mean?
No, no, no. There be some producers that are kind of little in their head. Like, you don't know about this? It's like, no, bro. That's why you're in the chair.
Right. That's why I tell my producer, I'm like, I don't know what that means, but you got it. But
Exactly.
now I want to talk about artists when they come into your studio because I feel like a lot of new artists can be a little scary coming into like producers' places, only because you hear all these celebrities, producers being hard and just being rude and disrespectful. So how should artists prepare when coming into your studio, and what should they expect?
I mean, honestly, come as you are. Like I want to, just as much as you want to know me, I want to know you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So, like, come as you are, and we can. I mean, only thing I ask for is, there's, I mean, rules and policies on the site, and I just ask that read them before you come in, and expect to follow them. It's nothing crazy. It's, I mean, really just safety features, but yeah, I mean, come as you are, be you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a judgmental person. There's not any type of person I like more than any other type of person. Like, I can get along with just about anybody. So, I mean, only thing I ask for is, let's get to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the only thing I personally enjoy is actually getting to work. But like I said, if you want to, pause, roll up, do whatever you need to do, like I'm with it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like I'm here to curate your vibe.
That's right. And that's another thing because I feel like even as a producer, you can't be judgmental in this business because there are so many celebrities and they always talk about how people used to judge me for what I'm doing, this, that, and the third, but now look where they are now.
Yeah, exactly. And that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Just or like avoid working with any type of artist. Like it's yeah, nah, that's just
Right.
ridiculous. Like as long as you're respecting my space, my time, and my very slight policies, I'll respect yours.
Right. What does good music mean to you?
Authentic.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you actually, this is coming from your heart. This is coming from you, your experiences, or just I mean, in any shape or way or form, music that you can actually feel, music that you really, took your time with, even if it was made super quickly, it still took your time as in like your time. Like, did you go on it slow because you were overthinking it, or did you get it done quick because you were rushing it, or did you get it done quick because this really came from your heart, or did you take your time on it because you wanted to be perfect? Like, it just needs to be you. That's what I
Right.
want to hear. You. I don't want to hear somebody else or what you believe in your head or what you think is going to get you money or anything like that.
Right. And I feel that's another thing because I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, they're too busy following trends. I like to listen to Nicki Minaj's podcasts, like when she's doing interviews, but she talks about how she talks about how when you're constantly trying to follow a trend, you've lost your identity in music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's very true. Like, I always just kind of hate it a little bit where, like, you might hear an artist, like a super influential artist, and 10 years later, instead of trying to like create new trends, they'll just follow the people they inspired. So you sound like a clone copy of yourself more than you sound like yourself. Like that's why like my favorite artist has always been Future because it's like he's always reinventing himself and like that's what I want to hear. I want to hear you. I want to hear your evolution, your progression.
That's
I
right.
don't mind if you grab one of those people that you influence and make a song with them. Like we all want to hear that, but like overall, I want to hear your evolution.
That's right. Like, and even if like what you said, like even if you do want to follow a trend, get with that person, do your little own authentic remix to it, and have fun with it. Make it you. Don't be them.
Exactly. Exactly.
What? So, and this is a question that may not be for you, but I always like to know if like producers have any advice when it comes to this. Is there a specific diet that artists should follow? And I know that was something that I was concerned with when going into the studio, because I feel like you always hear about don't chew gum before you go into the studio. Don't put chapstick on before. I know it's crazy stuff. I know. Don't.
Chapstick on. Don't come in there with lips and stank breath. Don't shit. Right, right. I've never heard that.
Well, I think what people have to understand is that sometimes people get so focused in perfection that they nitpick every single thing. They'll be like, "Oh, if I don't wear this today, I won't do good today." It's like kind of like that lucky sock kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. I got you. I mean, I guess when it comes to like a diet, like, are you talking about for health
Yeah.
or like just for, okay,
Health,
health?
health, vocal cords.
Oh, vocal cords? I mean, if you're a singer, I would recommend drinking like tea or something before you come in. But, I mean, really, like I said, I mean, I've had artists that meditate before they record. You know what I mean? Like, it's whatever works for you. I mean, what I would recommend, I can't really speak for artists because like, cause every artist is different. But I mean, for a producer, I know we be like in the studio all the time. I've heard a lot of studios talk about this before. It's like you kind of don't get a chance to like really sleep and work out like you should be. So what a lot of producers like in producer culture like love to eat like unhealthy as shit. Like they love to like just eat like cookies and like candy and stuff like constantly. And I've even seen some artists that do this too. But I recommend like if you're not like able to exercise as much as like you like to or sleep as much as you'd like to, I would recommend like just eating as healthy as you can. Because I mean, at least that can be kind of controlled to a certain extent. But even that gets hard because all the late night food tends to be like unhealthy. Like what's open late at night? Waffle House, Jack in the Box, like you know, McDonald's.
Right.
Like you can't. It does that. The health part can get super tricky. I mean, I personally am blessed that I've been able to work out like 3 or 4 times a week. I try to get in the sun as much as I can. Even if it's like just to like talk on the phone or something or like, sleep typically like kind of can be on and off. Like I can have a few days where I can get some sleep and then like, a project comes through or like an artist locks it in or, it's just a busy weekend and, you gotta sacrifice your sleep a little, which I mean, I don't mind. I've really trained myself to be able to get through that no problem because it's really, I said before in another interview, it's like what impresses me is if I can see you be in a session for 19 hours and you have the same focus on the 18th hour as you have on the first one.
Hmm.
That's what impresses me. So,
That's right.
yeah, I mean, just do what you can when you can.
Right.
You know what I mean? Sleep when you can, eat good when you can, and just so this way, like, balances it out as much as possible.
Yeah, that's actually some really good advice because I actually that was really important to me because I've actually gotten questions about that. I know you said you never got questions about that, but it's just I just always like to get producers, artists, dancers, all their opinions about that type of stuff. But beginning to close out, what are some new things that are coming to your studio? Anything new coming?
So, yeah, yeah. So with the new location, we it's a smoke friendly location. We have a show coming up. This is actually my first time telling this publicly. There's a show coming up in Charlotte. Uh, I can't reveal too much yet, but I'm getting some
No.
artists together. I can't reveal too much, but it's about to be really good, and I'm curating it, getting it put together. And then there's a few projects coming with some more relatively well-known artists who are about to be very well-known artists, coming out. And yeah, just stay tuned for all that.
Wow, that's awesome. Look, being at the Purple Empire, you get little sneak peeks. We're blessed over here.
For sure, for sure.
And don't forget to invite me. I'm an artist.
100%, 100%, of course. Matter of fact, where you located?
I'm from Durham, like the Raleigh Durham area.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was around. So yeah, yeah, we can definitely get something going.
Yeah, we'll say that for later. um, if I got a question though. If I go to your studio and I get you a platinum, will you give me a free studio session?
Maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour. And are there any last final remarks before we close out?
I work hard, eat healthy, stay blessed.
Amen. I hope we treated you all right today here. I really hope you enjoyed yourself.
100%, man. Shout out to you.
Thank you. And I just want to, and just before we close, I want to tell Ray, thank you so much for all that he's done. Thank you for showing up. I'm not the biggest artist in the world. He's most definitely bigger than me for now.
Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say.
We just appreciate him coming out. So thank you so much. Okay. You have a blessed day. All right.
You as well, bro. I appreciate you.